Tonight, the Wiregrass remembers the life of Commissioner James P. Hall, who passed away over the weekend, leaving behind a long history of service.
From the military to bringing big names such as Billy Graham to the Wiregrass, WDHN's Robert Smith Jr. has the story all new at 6.
Although hearts are heavy for family members of former Dothan Commissioner James P. Hall, they are glad he is no longer suffering after his health had been declining. Hall died the same week of his 93rd birthday.
We were glad that we got to celebrate with him and him with us, and knew we were there, but it was coming, and he's in a better place now. So I'm happy that he's where he has striven to be his whole life, which is with his Lord and with the family that has gone before him.
During his time here on earth, he spent most of his life putting service above himself. He spent time in the Army fighting for the country, and after his time came to an end, he went to the Horton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, where he graduated with an economics degree. When he returned home to Dothan, he put the degree to use working in real estate and the life insurance industry for years until 2016.
Had the whole world he could have picked from after that, and he wanted to come back here. He loved Dothan and wanted to make it a better place.
He was mostly known for his years as a Dothan City Commissioner and Police Commissioner, president of the Dothan Rotary Club, and becoming the first president of the Wiregrass Boys and Girls Club board.
He just never said no when the city had a need or his fellow man had a need, and it was powerful watching it growing up. But I had no idea all that he did until later in life when I came back and really started seeing all of his footprints in Dothan.
Harry says his dad was also a God-fearing man. He would take ministry trips to the Houston County Jail to visit inmates.
That was not a part of some bigger organization. That was just him wanting to serve his fellow man and help them any way he could.
He referred to his father as an old-school 1950 businessman who wanted to do things the proper way, and if he didn't know how to do something, he would figure it out. He says he instilled being diligent, honest, and trustworthy. He says for those who knew and loved his father, James Hall, there is a perfect way to pay an everlasting tribute to him.
Find a way to help people in Dothan and to make Dothan a better place. And there's so many ways to do that. You just find a place to plug in and participate. Just show up.
He leaves behind siblings, 4 children, and a host of grandchildren. In Dothan, Robert Smith, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.